What is going on, beautiful folks? Lee Hammock, your favorite self-aware narcissist, here with another reaction video. Got tagged in this a few times over on TikTok. It says the 4 main reasons a narcissist goes to therapy. This creator's name is Claire Odin. Pronouncing her name wrong, but I will tag her below and whatnot. So I haven't watched all the reasons. I was just like, this would be a good video to react to. As a self-aware narcissist that's been in therapy for 7 years, just kind of get my perspective on it, y'all. And we're gonna go from there with it. We're gonna vibe with it today. So let's see what Claire is talking about.
4 main reasons that narcissists go to therapy. And if you're new here, I'm a narcissistic abuse educator and a narcissistic relationship recovery coach. Make sure you hit
She's in Sydney. It says Sydney, Australia. So
follow and you can book a session with me through the link in my bio. And by the way, none of these reasons have anything to do with being honest, taking accountability, or creating meaningful change.
So none of these reasons that she gives, the ones that she's giving, none of these reasons. I got it.
Narcissist doesn't really think that they need to make any changes. And they think they're smarter than the therapist. So reason number 1, to get validation, to be told that there's nothing wrong with them. And it's a captive audience. Also remember that anything that the narcissist says is a highly edited version of what actually happened, with a lot of details left out, and likely a fair amount of confabulated information.
Okay, so yeah, for the most part, that's going to be true right there. For narcissistic people that are not actually trying to get help and work on themselves, they will absolutely go to therapy just to get the validation of going to therapy, to just say, hey, look, I'm better than you. At least I'm in therapy. I refer to that as performative therapy. You know, I've been in therapy for 7 years, right? And I would say I was getting validation for about the first 2 years of therapy. Was I actively working on myself and feel like I was becoming better piece by piece? A little bit, but I wasn't completely open and honest with the therapist, like she just said. It was a confabulated version of things. So because I wasn't fully telling the open, like the 100% truth, then I wasn't actually getting the work that I needed to be doing. The work wasn't getting done that I actually needed to be doing. You know, a lot of the stuff I was doing, I would just, you go in there and just try to victimize yourself and whatnot, which is a lot of a lot of narcissists will do. They'll go to therapy to play the victim, to play the role of the victim and whatnot. So that is, that's true for the most part for narcissists that are not trying to work on themselves. All right, number 2.
Remember that the narcissist's perception of reality and themselves is highly skewed. Number 2, if it's couples counseling, they fully intend to get the therapist on their side and triangulate you with that therapist. They're going to have their best mask on. They're going to act. They're going to pretend to take accountability. They're going to twist things. And there's going to be a lot of manipulation of you and the therapist. Narcissists are really good actors. They're good at tricking the therapist, saying the right things, taking full accountability, and putting that skew on things. Number 3.
So, couples counseling, couples counseling is true. I do not recommend going to couples counseling with a narcissist or a toxic person or whatever you consider them as, because like she's right, they will try to manipulate the therapist to get the therapist on their side, which is why when I'm doing my own coaching, I know she says she does coaching and whatnot as well, but I'm doing my own coaching, I'm talking to people over Zoom and whatnot, or my workshops, I tell people that just like not everybody is qualified to deal with a manipulator. Not everybody is qualified to deal with a toxic narcissistic person that is going to put on their best. They're going to put, a lot of times, going to put their best foot forward in couples counseling in order to invalidate you and to make you feel like you're going crazy. It happens so much. Like even in my own personal marriage counseling sessions, I remember I told the therapist I had narcissistic personality disorder, and she was like, okay, and kept going forward. I was like, damn, okay. She did nothing else. Like I was like, okay. Then I said, okay, like she really don't know what she's up against. Like she doesn't know what she's dealing with. She doesn't know what she's about to get herself into and whatnot. But because I was actually trying to work on myself, I still told the truth in that couples counseling session. But I just used that as an example to just say, hey, I don't even think my couples counselor was extremely qualified to deal with me as a diagnosed narcissist. Because I could have, if I had ill intent, I could have manipulated her because she's already laughing and stuff at my jokes and stuff like that. So for the most part, I would say that Clara is 100% correct right there. But I also add this: they will keep trying to, like, just because if it doesn't work to get the marriage counselor on their side, a lot of them will either just stop going to marriage counseling, or they'll keep trying to shuffle counselors until they find somebody that they feel like fits them best. They find somebody that is on their side. So I've talked to so many people who've went to 3, 4, 5 different marriage counselors. I'm like, what the hell keeps happening? Oh, they just don't like them. They point out something that they done wrong, and they'll just abruptly blow the session up. Or the therapist they've been fired by therapists before. The therapist is like, your partner is toxic, your partner is this, your partner is that. I can't help you because they're not actually trying to work on themselves. They're just here to manipulate you. And that's happening quite a bit as well. So just be very careful going to marriage counseling with narcissistic people. And also, not all of them will put their best foot forward. Some of them will go in there and just be the Billy Goat grump the whole time. It's just not just be disconnected and not actually try to do anything. They just are there to just be there. So be very careful with marriage counseling, because like, especially if y'all are still together and you have to ride home together and they feel like you embarrassed them, oh, it'd be a very abusive ride home, maybe physically, emotionally, all kinds of stuff. So just be very, very careful. So we're going to continue. Number 3, what you got to say?
To better learn your weaknesses and soft spots and the language of therapy in order to be able to manipulate and control you more effectively, and to further triangulate you and the therapist. And they can do this in really sneaky, subtle, covert, underhanded ways. This is why we generally don't recommend couples therapy with a narcissist. And number 4.
So yeah, they will, because you go to therapy and you are like, if you go to therapy with a narcissist, right, or couples counsel with a narcissist, you're going to go there with the intent on being honest and sharing your story, your viewpoint of things, in order to try to help the marriage or to help the relationship, right? But what you're really doing is revealing your weaknesses and the things that rub you the wrong way, so the narcissistic person gets more tools to abuse you with. And they also get the therapy speak. You know, they didn't know the word gaslighting before therapy. Now they're leaving with gaslighting. Now they're leaving with the word manipulation. Now they're leaving with a new vocabulary in order to further abuse you with. So they will learn things that upset you. And sometimes, I know a normal partner, not normal, a healthy emotional partner that's actively trying to work on themselves will learn the things that you don't like and try their hardest to discontinue doing them, while a toxic, narcissistic person, abusive person, will do the exact opposite. They will absolutely use the stuff that you tell them and weaponize them against you. Like your traumas, anything that you share in therapy that you haven't shared with them, they will absolutely 100% use that type of stuff against you. So you have to be very, very careful of going to marriage counseling with an abusive person. You know what I mean? But last reason, shout out to Claire though. This is some good info.
Because they've been forced into therapy, either court ordered, forced by their work, or some other similar reason. Let me know in the comments section what your experience was with the narcissist and therapy. If you went to couples counseling with them, or if your narcissist has a therapist or a psychologist. I don't know why I did this over therapists. I think it's because I'm that cynical about narcissists in therapy.
So I'll say this right here. If you force a narcissist to go, or they're court ordered to go, the chances of them getting better are extremely minimal, because they don't want to go. You have to, like, even in my own personal journey, my own personal story, I wanted to go to therapy on my own. I wasn't forced. My wife didn't even know I was going to therapy. I told her about it. It was something that I looked up, and I've actively made the commitment to go to therapy. If you force them or it's court ordered, they're just going to go through the motions of doing it just to get you to shut up, just to keep you there, just to get you to come home. They'll do whatever it takes a lot of times just to get you to bring your butt back home. You know, not because they miss you, but because they just missed the access to you. They missed the control they had over you. They missed that type of stuff right there. So again, y'all, this creator's name, I don't know why this stuff, I'm still learning how to use TikTok, y'all. This creator's name is Claire O'Done. I don't know how to pronounce her name. I'm pronouncing it wrong. But this is her stuff right here. If y'all can see it on the screen. Oh, you can't even see it on the screen. There you go. I'm still, y'all bear with me. I'm still learning how to use this software. But y'all can see her stuff right here. I'm going to tag her in it, and all the other good stuff. She has a website right here, claraodin.com. And whatnot. Y'all can, I'm pronouncing her name wrong. I know I am, and I don't mean to be disrespectful, y'all. But anyways, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. Continue to tag me in videos. You can email me the videos as well. And as always, y'all, Mental Illness is out.